Recession watch. It doesn't seem imminent, but the housing market collapse deepens as Fed officials warn economy will slow. Guys, this is an incredible article that just outlines where the market is right now, and it is not looking good at all. Now, everyone's trying to, make things look as rosy as possible, but at the end of the day, if you just look at the numbers and what is happening in the market, a crash is coming, and I'm telling you, it's not gonna be good. Now, here, let's read a little bit. It does not feel like a recession. Here's the Fed President Neil Kosarchi from Minneapolis, and basically noting that the labor market remains strong, wages are rising, and consumer demand remains resilient. Yes, that is true. But this is not taking into account that we have high inflation. I mean, it is taking into account that we have a high inflation, but what I mean is that essentially, if the economy gets derailed, we're gonna go from having, basically a strong labor market to very quickly having a weak labor market where companies are laying people off. So right now, I believe that this specific quote is looking at a snapshot of how it's looking right now. But as many of you guys know, what we try to do, right, is forecast what is going to happen, right? And basically, I would predict having a strong labor market going into the Christmas season, holiday season, because that's when you're trying to get your products out there. That's when you're trying to sell as much as possible. A lot of companies make most of their money on the holiday season, during the holiday season. So, you can see that right now it would be the time for companies to really get their, all their team, working and trying to get their products out there. But guess what? If we have a weak holiday season and people don't buy those products, what do you think is going to happen to those employees? Well, most likely it's not going to be good, right? And then as a result, could trigger a recession, which then as a result is basically, will bring down the housing prices. Now we're seeing the cracks in the housing right now, just because of the Fed rates raising the rates, right? That's like without really being in a recession, quote unquote recession, because of this, strong labor market. But we are seeing definitely the housing market turn, right? Now, I just think that it's not gonna slide down overnight, but if we do see more unemployment, right, more layoffs, then you're gonna see that those home prices really start sliding down. And that's my opinion. Now here, let's keep reading. Though acknowledging the economy's strength, which has come as inflation begins to show signs of slowing, can we continue to bring inflation down without triggering a recession? And this person says, I don't know. Well, here's the deal. I think that ultimately the way you bring down inflation is by taking money out of the economy. And by taking money out of the economy, essentially, you're slowing down the economy. And that creates, a lot of bad situations for companies that basically have a lot of debt, companies that are operating on low margins. Those margins could get sucked dry if you gotta pay a lot for the money that you have borrowed to grow your business. Your margins will get even smaller then. If you're having to pay more for salaries and employees, again, all these factor in, right? And it gets kind of dangerous. Now here, let's keep reading. He noted that the Fed needs to temper still high inflation urgently. So I just want to jump in real quick, and I want to say that the Fed has been hinting, the Federal Reserve has been hinting that they will be raising interest rates again. So we'll see how that all looks, but definitely it could slow down crypto, and it could definitely slow down the stock market. We continue to slow as officials continue raising rates, making the recession more likely. You see, guys, this is coming from people on the inside. A lot of people don't want the recession to happen, but I think it's just getting to a point where we can't stop it. Now here, let's keep reading. The caution statement came after home builders and realtors declared a recession in the housing market this week, as higher Home prices and mortgage rates continue to sideline potential buyers and push demand to the lowest level since the turn of the century. Oh, God, not looking good. The Atlanta Fed cut its projections for a third quarter economic growth from 2.5 to 1.8. Oh, that's going to hurt. On Tuesday, after data showing housing starts unexpectedly plunged 9.6% last month to the lowest level in more than a year, with experts blaming the worsening sentiment on rising mortgage rates. Economists at Goldman Sachs are also worried it will be difficult to avoid recession as Fed works to combat inflation, saying Tuesday that officials are off to a good start, but a long way to go. So some of the things that I've been telling you guys is that inflation is not something that you can just turn on and off. Inflation is something that, unfortunately, it's going to take a while to get back to normal. It's going to definitely take out a lot of the businesses that are running on seed money, on investment money. It's going to, the companies that I believe are going to be good are the ones that are priced well and sell products that people really need. Companies that are coming out, some of these startups that we've seen come out that basically seem kind of cool, but they have a very small, target audience. Those are sometimes could be the companies that are going to be highest at risk because maybe their margins will be a lot smaller. So again, it's all kind of up in the air right now, but when you start reading this and when you see what these experts are saying, it's basically they're trying to be optimistic because they don't want to sit there and say, oh, all hell's going to break loose, but they can't hold that narrative too much longer. At one point, they're like, yeah, it's not looking good. And we're starting to see that for sure. Now, I'm thinking it's going to be possibly bad, but I also think it's going to create great opportunities. So for some people, they're going to be able to really have great opportunities. And for some people, it's not going to be that good. So you just have to kind of try to be, position yourself to where you're going to have the best outcome. And that is going to vary, depending on who you are and what you do, right? Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish this video. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Things are kind of crazy out there. So, reading the news like this, it's not that I want to see a crash, but I do feel like there's a crash coming. So it's kind of crazy. Now, I just want to say a special thank you for everyone who's been supporting my channel and watching my videos, leaving comments and liking my videos. It really does mean a lot to me. And thank you guys so much. Now, if you're new to my channel and you like what I have to say, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button and go ahead and like and leave a comment. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.